Well, Southampton have officially been relegated, so they are going to be the first Premier League team we try and rebuild, getting them back into the Premier League and potentially the next 5 years back into Europe as well. That is the goal with Southampton. Not only are we rebuilding Southampton, we're using a strikerless formation, so strap yourselves in. This 5 years is going to be great fun. What's going on there, guys? Kempy here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another rebuild, and today's rebuild is heartbreaking for Southampton fans. You guys have been relegated officially from the Premier League in the weekend, 2 weekends ago actually, I think. It's been a very poor season for Southampton, all sort of falling apart with Ralph Hasenhüttl and then going downhill with Nathan Jones. And then Ruben Senes has basically been fighting a losing battle, and Southampton have officially been relegated to the Championship for the first time, I think, is like 12 years. It's ridiculous. Southampton have had such a good spell in the Premier League using Wonderkids and young players. I mean, Gareth Bale, Sadio Mane, Virgil van Dijk, just to name a few. And I thought, what a better way to rebuild Southampton with a youth and Wonderkid rebuild. We're going to be pretty much signing the best young talent around the world and around the country. But that would be too easy to just do it that way. Southampton have got a lot of money. They've got the history. They've already got the youth facilities. So why not make it a strikerless formation as well? And if you guys have watched the Monday video, you've seen this strikerless formation. It's wild. And we've done tests on it. It's fantastic for a top side. So I expect this first season is going to go very well. However, you plug it into a team at the bottom of the league, it's horrible. So it's going to be an interesting time to see what happens as we go forward into the future. This first season, I'm expecting to win the league and get promoted. You can obviously see already some of the transfers we've made. I'll go through all of them in just a second. But from the season 2 to 5, struggling at the bottom of the Premier League, I think if we can just survive every year and then potentially by the end of it break into mid-table, I'll be absolutely buzzing. And I hope we can do that and possibly even get into Europe by the end as well. So make sure to stick around so you can see if we do manage to achieve the goals of European football. And as always, this save file will be available to you guys to download just in the Discord link down below. Season 5 is going to be in, and that's not going to be happening for too much longer, as I do eventually make a Patreon. That is going to be exclusive to Patreon members. So when I do release that, you'll have to head over there. It won't be extortionate at all. Like, I've sort of stopped streaming, so it'll be the same sort of price as a stream Twitch sub. So we'll go through that when the time comes. But while you can, get in and get this Southampton save, because it's going to be great fun. Obviously, transfers, you can see we've made a few, and you can see they've brought a lot of young players up to the squad. We didn't have too much money this season, but we had a lot of players that wanted to leave and a lot of players to sell. And I've tried to make this as realistic as possible. Players that wanted to leave, I've pretty much let go. Players that I think will leave in real life, just like James Ward-Prowse, I have let go. He has gone to Liverpool. I think a very realistic signing, a very realistic transfer, £22 million is about right. Mohamed Salisu has been a very good centre-back this year. He has gone to Arsenal for 18 million. Kyle Walker-Peters to Manchester City for 16 million. Kaleta Carr and Bednarak have also left. Gineppo's left. Orsic has left. Jack Stevens has left because he simply wasn't good enough. And who else has left us? So Chadham's has gone out on loan. Romeo Lavia has gone to Ajax for £30 million. I mean, I'd have liked to get a bit more money for him, but he has ended up leaving as well. Paul Anuachu has left. Adam Armstrong, Elianusi, Enludu, and a few other young players have also gone. So we have had a proper clear out of all the talent in the club. Pretty much what I did is I went to the dynamic screen, and anyone that wanted to leave due to relegation, I let them go. So that included James Ward-Prowse, which is a little bit gutting because he's an absolute legend of Southampton, but I think it's going to happen in real life as well. But we've managed to spend £59 million. Obviously, we sold 170 million. So we spent 60, left 100 in the bank just to be clever, because we're going to do this realistically. We're not going to blow teams out of the water. We're going to try and do it with Wonderkids and our youth system, because the youth system here at Southampton is fantastic. I mean, already we have got some fantastic 4.5 and 5-star players coming through the academy. Obviously, last year has already been simmed. I mean, Tyler Diblin's here in real life. He looks fantastic. He's got some great finishing. Haroon Onoja looks unbelievable. He is 16 years of age and 6'1". Alex Silwood looks fantastic. Lucius Besant looks very good. So there's already some fantastic youth players coming through the academy. But players we've signed, Mads Bidstrup has come in from Brentford, £12.5 million as a backup central midfielder. Charlie Patino has been brought in from Arsenal. I think this is a very realistic signing, and one that I'm actually very happy to get in. I'll go through the tactics shortly, but it's got 2 deep line playmakers in the middle, and he's going to be fantastic at that role. Just £12 million as well. He is one of the hottest prospects in the Arsenal academy, so happy to get that one over the line. Cody Drameh has been brilliant this year for Luton at right back, and he has now been signed to play again in the Championship from Leeds. for Southampton. Beshir Omragic is a centre-half from Switzerland. You guys will know who this guy is. He's from Zurich. He's got fantastic potential ability and is a very good player to pick up for just £7 million. Ashley Phillips, a fantastic young centre-back from Blackburn, brought in for £6.5 million. We'll see if we could get him to develop as well. Ben Wilmot from Stoke, £6.5 million. Again, 23 years of age from the Championship, a great signing. Murray Johnson from Hibernian, fantastic young Scottish goalkeeper. This guy always gets fairly good on saves, just £3.4 million for him with 5-star potential, 18 years of age. And Maxik Paktotsi, 5-star potential on a free transfer released from Spurs, has also come in. And before we do get to that formation and tactic, just show you the amount of 5-star ability players we have got on this team. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 youth 5-star players in this team. A few 4.5 stars as well. And obviously still got some experience. The team is young. I have pretty much gone for youth. Alex McCarthy is here as a 33-year-old. The next oldest is Joel Aribo on 27 years of age. So there's a lot of young talent here at the club. And hopefully it's going to be able to help us play this very high-press, fast-paced, strikerless formation. In goal is a goalkeeper on defend, Gavin Bazunu, no further instructions. 2 ball-playing defenders either side, right-sided Omrejak, left-sided Bela Kotchap, fantastic young player, both with stay wider. Middle centre-back, just a ball-player defender, no further instructions, that is Lyanko. Wing-back on support on the right, stay wider, tackle harder, is Tino Livramento, who managed to keep him at the club. I'm hoping getting back promoted to Premier League, meaning he'll stay here for the rest of time, which is the hope. Roman Perraud is at left wing back, stay wider, tackle harder. 2 DLPs on support in the middle, both with tackle harder. We've got Will Smallbone, man come through the Southampton Youth Academy. Has been at Stoke last season, well this season, in real life, and played 24 games in our FM save. He looks quite good actually. He's on already 3-star ability, 4-star potential ability. He's a Southampton lad, so I thought we'll get him in this midfield for this season, because if he's ever going to break in, it's going to be this year. And Carlos Alcaraz next to him as well, a very good player. Nathan Teller has come back from his loan at Burnley and is now in the starting lineup for Southampton in the Championship. He's obviously a very, very talented player. Inside forward and attack, sit narrower. Kardinum Sulemano stays here as well. Inside forward attack harder. Inside forward attack, sit narrower. And the shadow striker is Joel Aribo from obviously Rangers last season. Not quite worked out in real life, but he's got some fantastic talent. Shoot more often and tackle harder. Is set to a balanced mentality, short passing, pass it into space, play it out of defence, low crosses, work ball into box, overlap left and right in slightly higher tempo. Take short kicks, distribute quickly, counter and counter press. It's a high press system and pressing much more often. Obviously, we haven't got a striker, so it's going to be interesting who's going to score the goals, who's going to step up. We've still got Sam Adozi, Sekou Mara, D. Edwards, I think, is a young player, Diamond Edwards at the club in real life. Tony Patino, Ibrahim Diallo. Juan Larios is a backup left-back who's got fantastic potential as well. He's probably going to start more games than Roman Perraud this season. Cody Drama, Mads Bistrup, Ashley Phillips, Ben Wilmot and Murray Johnson make up the rest of the squad. And I'm hoping for a dominant season in the Championship. We should be able to see ourselves top of the league. We're predicted to come down in 5th place. Wolves and Bournemouth, the other 2 relegated sides. Wolves, a very strong relegated side as well. I mean, they've pretty much kept hold of everyone. Gonçalo Guedes, Mateus Cunha still here. And I'm pretty sure Matias Nunez is still here as well. So they've got some talent in the Championship. So they're going to be a tight battle. Let's go forward to the end of the first season and see if we can get the Saints up into the Premier League at the first time of asking. Just before I do show you these results for the end of season number 1, if you guys can, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go and subscribe over Sortitoutsi as well, and follow on all these 4 wonderful things: Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and also follow on Instagram as well, so you get all the little reels and stuff we're doing over there. Also, Wolves, 6th place this season, have not got promoted. Arne Slot is the manager. The man potentially going to Spurs. If you want to see an Arne Slot tactic, let me know in the description below as well. I might be making one of them fairly soon because of his impending move to Spurs. He's at Wolves in the Championship and he's not got promoted, and their players are outrageous. They have kept hold of Mateus Nunez, Gonçalo Guedes, Mateus Cunha. They've got Harvey Elliott on loan. They've got Garnacho on loan, João Moutinho, Nathan Collins, Mosquera. Their team is outrageous and they have not got promoted. And Raul Jimenez, they're still in the Championship after season number 1. But are we still in the Championship? No, we're not. We've won the league. 98 points is very good to see. Like I said, I expected to have quite a good season this year with this strikerless formation that seemed to work really well in the simulations I've done with top sides, and obviously we're a top side in the Championship. So hopefully this has worked an absolute treat, and it has indeed. Ipswich, back-to-back promotions, predicted to come 16th. Kieran McKenna, we've done a Kieran McKenna tactic and an Ipswich rebuild. He's a masterclass. He's come second on 94 points. Middlesbrough and Michael Carrick coming third on 93. Bournemouth 92. Watford getting promoted as well on 87. And then Wolves 85 in the playoffs, but didn't manage to get it done. And they are out. FA Cup, we got fourth rounded by West Ham. In the Carabao Cup, we got all the way to the quarter-final and got knocked out by Manchester United. Our key players this season were sort of the players that you'd be willing to think they would be. Other than Will Smallbone, had an outrageously good first season. He actually played the majority of games as our shadow striker. So, very interesting for Will Smallbone. He has been really good. He's only got 10 finishing, but 18 goals and 8 assists with a 16 XG in 40 appearances is fantastic for Will Smallbone. Very good player. So, happy with how well he has done. Kamaldeen Sulemana as well, 18 goals, 4 assists. Doing very well off the left wing role. Joe Aribo, when he played, got 12 goals. Nathan Teller, 8 goals and 10 assists. Loyanko and Omrajak were solid at the back, both getting over a 7 average rating. Charlie Patino getting 13 assists in 43 starts as well is very good. And Tina Livramento also coming through with 11 assists. We've got £45 million to spend. And one thing I didn't show you as well is just the training facilities and youth facilities here are very good. 19 training facilities, 17 youth facilities. And when we head to the finances, we're still in the positive, which is good to see. Obviously, from getting relegated in the Premier League, that parachute payment, we've managed to keep a lot of it, especially with, not going too outrageous in terms of our signings, which was good to see. In terms of the development centre as well, there's an unbelievable player that's come through the academy. Lawrence Jones. This guy is 16 years of age. He's 2.5 star already. 5-star potential ability. He could be something unbelievably special. So is this the Ward-Prowse regen? He's even got a wonderful little unibrow as well. So fair play to Lawrence Jones. Or is it monobrow? I don't know. Haruna Onjana as well is developing very nicely. Tyler Diblin also. Jaden Megahoma, Sam Amo Amoe also developing very nicely. We've got a few 2-stars in there as well as that Lawrence Jones special talent. I'm going to see if we can get a lot of them out on loan this season because they're going to need the game time. We're not going to be able to play too many new young players this season going up into the Premier League, but we shall see. Let's get into it. Season number 2. Let's do the transfers. Let's do the simulations. See how we can do with the mighty, mighty Saints. Well, this is where we signed the cover star, Yasser Asprilla. This man is fantastic. I said we'll be signing Wonderkids and talent throughout the world. And this guy has been smashing it at Watford in this save. 10 goals and 9 goals a season before. This season in the Premier League has already come through with 10 goals and 3 assists. I'm going to do it the way I've done the Schalke rebuild. I've just shown you the end of every season and going through the transfer at the start because it seemed to work quite well and you guys seem to enjoy that. So we're going to try and stick to that. If you guys do prefer the old method, let me know because I do appreciate your feedback. But Yasser Asprilla is the first man we have signed. Fantastic midfielder. We have spent a lot of money, but 24 million on him. Andrew Omamamedele is also a very good young centre-half from Ireland. He's been playing very well at Norwich, and now he's in the Premier League with us. 6.71 average rating after Norwich got relegated last season. Has he managed to keep us up? We'll go through that in just a second. It'll be a little bit annoying to get relegated, but we'll check that out in a minute. 38 appearances, 2 goals from centre-half for him. Ian Maatson coming on a free contract as well as a backup left-back because Roman Perraud ends up leaving to go to Bologna, which means Juan Larios is now our starting left-back. Stuart Armstrong, Alex McCarthy, Bidstrup ended up leaving after 1 season. Liz, Tyler Ward and Tyler Diblin went out on loan as well. Who else have we ended up signing then? Because this is all a little bit over the place. I've just realized we've not spent 113 million. This is counting to fact our other signings as well, so I don't feel quite so bad. Roddy Edwards has come in for 7.75 million, and that is actually it. We signed Roddy Edwards, Omamamedele, and Yasser Asprilla. I think everyone else was from the season before, so that is quite good from me actually, as well as Ian Maatson. In terms of sales, is there anyone else major on here? James Breers left the club for 60k, so really the only big sales made were Mads Bidstrup, etc. But how have we done in the Premier League? It was tough. We have survived. 17th place, 4 points above Leeds. Ipswich going right back down, same as Watford. So we're the only team to come up and survive. And it was a very, very tough slog. A lot of the season down in 18th place. The board expectation was to fight bravely. We were predicted to come in 18th, and we've managed to just about stay above that relegation line. I mean, you can see that in the last 2 games of the season, we were in 17th. So we snuck up, we stayed up, and it was tight. And I did say this formation is very good when you're a team at the top of the league. When you're a team at the bottom of the league, much more difficult. Will Smallbone still getting 5 goals and 5 assists. Lyanko 4 goals. Aribo 3 goals, 4 assists. Suleimana 3 goals, 4 assists. Nathan Teller 3 goals and 1 assist. But Yasser Asprilla was our standout man. And if we go to the report section, I think where we do sort of fall down is we've got quite a lot of 3 stars and even a couple of 2.5 stars in the starting lineup. Obviously, it is relevant to the league you are in. So, well, actually relevant to the best players at your club. And the best player is Yasser Asprilla and Tino Livramento. And if them two are the top 2 players, we're probably going to have to improve quite drastically over the next few years if we want to make it into European football. Some of the young players have done extremely well. Lawrence Jones looks outrageously good, so I'm sure he'll be coming up to the youth system this year. Anonja is now 2.5 star. Mega Homer 2.5 star. Ashley Phillips 2.5 star. So we'll see if they come up to the first team next year or even go out and get some very good loan time. £48 million in the bank. I'm not going to go over too much this season because we have fought bravely against relegation. Data Hub, the goals conceded was 2, which is a lot, and we have not scored enough goals. So we have literally snuck through the skin of our teeth. Let's see, season 3, let's build on this. Let's get clear relegation and let's try and get at least to the 40-point mark. I mean, we were 7 points off this season, so 40 points is the aim next season. Let's go and get that done. Quite a cool signing we ended up making this season was Riyad Mahrez on a free contract. He left Man City in 2024 to go to Marseille. He's come back to the Premier League to retire at Southampton. 7 goals and 9 assists from right wing. Needed a cover star. Fantastic player in real life, Riyad Mahrez. And it was great to have him at our club. Unbelievable player. A few players that have left as well. Ibrahima Diallo, Samuel Adozi, Ben Wilmot, Lyanko have all ended up leaving the club this season. And players we've signed. So the big one coming in is Chris Metham. £20 million you saw last season. We had 2.5 star centre back. So it was time to improve that. And Chris Metham for £20 million and Nathan Collins for 18.5 were the 2 signings I ended up making. Very hard to find players that are willing to come to a relegation battling team. Luis Henrique is a left winger we signed from Brazil. He looks absolutely fantastic. He is from Botafogo, 6 goals and 3 assists in his first season for us. Fantastic crossing, dribbling, first touch, long shots, passing, acceleration and pace as well was also very good. So happy to get him in. And then we've got 3 players we signed on young players. We pretty much signed them and loaned them out. Thomas Maragone signed and loaned out. He's now worth £40 million. Ahmed Al-Orani has been loaned out to Châteauroux. Worth £70 million, this guy. He looks fantastic. Signed for just 1.8 million. And Thomas Yara signed for 200k as a backup left back, worth £50 million. And the last signing we made is Lovro Zovanek as well. Free contract from Bayern Munich after he signed from Slaven Belupo in real life. Very good for us this season. 30 games, 7 goals and 2 assists. But how did we do? We stayed just about fine. It was tight. We were 2 points away from the 40 mark and only 1 point above safety. I mean, United finishing 14th, Spurs finishing 15th. We just about snuck into 17th place. Fulham are Champions League next year, but another season where it was very, very tough. I mean, Yasser Asprilla, again, doing very, very well for us. Let's go back to that selection info. He scored 12 goals from that cam roll, 3 assists. Zovnek with 8 goals, 2 assists. Mahrez doing well. Enrique doing well. Suleimana doing well. Omabamdele doing well. Patino, a 7.05 average rating, getting 2 goals and 5 assists. Has been fantastic in midfield. Very happy with him. Worth now £50 million. And one man I want to just quickly drop a mention to as well is Will Smallbone. He is now 124 games in for Southampton. This guy's played 27 appearances for Ireland. And to be honest, I don't know how he's doing in real life at Stoke, but I've not heard a lot of Will Smallbone since his massive injury. So it's good to see that he's now basically just a Southampton regular and he's taken over that Ward-Prowse role, which is great to see. He might even be our captain. If he is, that is beautiful. I'm pretty sure he actually is. Is he? He is. He's even the captain, Will Smallbone, absolute legend. Vice captain is Tino. Hot prospect is Keith. He is 5 star. Big Keith, right? Looks fantastic. Kayo, Jones, Vaughan, also 5-star potential. And this season we did end up loaning out a lot of our very good players. Lawrence Jones has played 46 appearances for Swansea in the Championship, a 6.76 average rating, but some very, very key game time. Haroun Onoja as well, 42 appearances out on loan at Luton, scoring 5 goals and 2 assists for him. Tyler Diblin's going out there and getting game time. Lucius Besant also the same. So the youth system is still very strong. We've got a lot of 5-star players throughout the whole under 18s, under 21s and the squad as well. There's a lot of talent here at Southampton. It's just time to make that talent good enough. I want this season, now we've got back-to-back safeties. I want to finish mid-table, and last season we want Europe. That is the goal. How much money have we got? £49 million. The money, finances-wise, are looking alright. We've got £19 in terms of our balance, 67 in terms of debt. So we're just about staying alive, which is good to see. And we're obviously just using... I mean, if we just sold a few of these unbelievable talents, I mean, if we just sorted this quickly by, is it contract where you can see the value? We've got some unbelievable value in just this alone. And then you go to the under-21s, and the value in here is outrageous as well. And the under-18s, the value there is outrageous. So there's money throughout the club. So if we needed to sell, we could. But building... I'd say a more Southampton level club than what it has been in the last year and a half, 2 years, which is good to see. So I'm happy with how the rebuild is going. The next season, like I say, we need to break clear now. Mid-table, 50 points. Let's go and get that done. If you guys can, quickly just make sure as well just to like the video. It does help out massively. There's about 80% of you right now that are not subscribed to the channel. So if you've ever watched one of my rebuilds and you have enjoyed it, just hit that subscribe button. It helps me so much. And also leave a like and a comment, because believe it or not, a comment helps push this video to so many new people. So just simply put Saints down there, or your favourite signing in this rebuild, or your favourite rebuild I've ever done. It all helps out so much. So just get down there and have a little bit of interaction, because it helps massively. Now this summer has been absolutely massive. Hamid Traore is our big boy signing. He is fantastic. £29 million we spent on him. He scored 17 goals and got 10 assists in his first season. He was actually playing in the cam role and sometimes on left wing, and sometimes even in centre mid. So very good to see him doing absolute work. Marcelo has joined from Levante. He's an unbelievable wonder kid. I mean, £12.5 million, worth £70 million already, extremely consistent. 40 appearances in the Premier League, 1 goal, 1 assist. He was doing bits over at Levante, playing in regular games in La Liga. So he was ready to come in from 18 years of age, and he is now here at 20, and he's fantastic. He's got the Holy Trinity: 15 heading, 15 marking, 18 tackling, 19 balance, 16 jump reach, 18 anticipation, 18 bravely. So fantastic signing in Marcelo. Just say a few players that have left the club as well. Bella Kotchap has left. Alcaraz never really developed, has left. Doyle Charles have left. And on loan again this season was Tyler Diblin, Ashley Phillips, Jaden Megahoma and Chow Jones Vaughan. And actually Haroun Onoja went to Bournemouth this season. Again, doing very well, developing out there. So happy with him. A few more big boy signings. Again, this is sort of mixed with last year. Matteo Fav has come in. And how good does this guy look? Signed from FC Metz. He had a 7.41 average rating last season. The way I sort of find players still was just by doing the whole transfer, scouting players, wait for it to be some recommended. And pretty much what I do when I try and sign young players is I set the edit search to be normally 23 years of age. I'll take off centre back because obviously that is what I was looking for at the time. And I just, if they're A+ or A rated, I'll look down. If this guy's worth 17.5 million, Jose Ignacio Luque, I'll look at his stats. He looks fantastic. I was surprised I didn't sign him because he looks brilliant. 8.4 million, 20 years of age. He's obviously 3-star ability. This is just from the scout and transfer tool. So again, I'll be looking at sort of their ability. Maybe I'll sort it by ability. And if there's a play here for 11.5 million, I know I went for this guy this summer. Outrageous. He's wanted by Arsenal, Palace and Tottenham. So you know he's going to be good. You can sign so many players simply by just letting your scouts do their thing. I honestly don't really touch scouting all that much. I always make sure I'm doing world scouting. I'm at a big club. And then let the scouts do their work, because that's what they're there to do. And they find you some unbelievable talent. I mean, if we just scrolled out, £6 million, Thomas Perez, he's 22 years of age. How bloody good does he look? Why have I not signed him? Fantastic. So there's players out there you can just sign like that. In case anyone thinks I'm doing some dodgy work in terms of transfers, that's pretty much all I do. It's nothing special. But if you've been struggling to find young Wonderkids, That's how I do it, and it works quite well. Matteo Favre, unbelievable player, 17 flair, 17 technique, 16 dribbling, crossing, first touch, free kick taking, 18 agility, 17 pace. He's French, he's 6 foot, he's already got 4 caps for France and 6 goals. What? This guy is an absolute talent, and we signed him for how much? What, £12 million? 12.5 rising to 13. So a great signing there from us. Christian Bengtsson, a 6'7" Danish centre-half, 20 years of age, already got 11 appearances, signs from Copenhagen, scored 4 goals for us this season, and is just an outrageously good player. 15 heading, 20 jump and reach. I bet you he's not even on. I don't even know if I've got the corner tactics set up correctly. I actually have. Is he on him? He's not on him. If Bengtsson was on this, rather than being at the far post, if he was in there, he'd have scored 40 goals this season. So, again, if you guys want to download these corner tactics, they are on all of my... what's it called? All of my tactics that I upload, they all just come with that. That's how I found them, to be honest, from Sortitoutsi. So they are fantastic. I've spoiled it. We've got 51 points this season. We've done very, very well. We got to the magic 50 points mark, which is what I wanted. And next year, it's European football, hopefully. I don't know if I'm done on signings. I didn't mean to click that, to be honest. Tommaso Herrera's come in, £5 million, young backup, right back. Thomas Mangarone, El Arami, they all come in already, and they're all gone. So that's fine. Looking at the squad, again, the value here is outrageous, which is lovely to see. The reports, everyone here has got 5-star potential, which is lovely to see. And if we look at the selection info as well, we've had a few players have fantastic seasons. Asprilla, 16 goals, 11 assists. Hamadore, 17 goals, 10 assists. Matteo Favre, 11 goals, 3 assists. Charlie Patino, 1 goal and 4 assists. He's done really well this season. Very happy to see how well he has developed. Sulemana, 2 goals, 2 assists, not playing too much. Zrovnek, 2 goals, 3 assists. Henrique, 6 goals, 4 assists. Lawrence Jones did come into the squad this season, 5 games only. Hasn't developed quite as much as I'd hoped. He looked outrageous. I'm hoping he does get better. So we'll see what he can do. Alan Morani as well, obviously a player we signed, looks outrageously good. He seems to get better at that finishing. And then he'll be an absolute demon for us. Development centre, I mean, it's just an absolute conveyor belt of talent. There's only a couple in there, actually, and only a few in there, so it's dropping off a little bit. But Haruna looks fantastic, a fantastic season on loan at Bournemouth. But this season, now end of season 5, I like to try and give this to you guys with something at the end of it where you guys can take it on. So I'm praying we get European football. That is the goal this season. I think we can do it. We've got another £50 million to spend. Finances-wise, again, we're absolutely fine. I mean, we could literally pay off all this. We're selling one of these Wonderkid players. So we'll see what we can do. Season 5, let's go. Let's go and get Europe. So we signed just 2 players for our last season. I believed in the youth we have got at the club. Francisco Roa has been signed. He's now worth £60 million. We signed him for 16. He's an outrageously good young Spanish right winger signed from Leganes. 18 games this season, 4 goals and 3 assists. And the other signing we ended up making was Daniel Santana, £18.5 million. How good does this guy look as a deep line player? American sport, outrageous. He's worth £100 million. Signed from Flamengo. 3 goals and 9 assists this season. I mean, these players we're signing are unbelievable. And I'm very happy with how this season has gone. In terms of players going out on loan as well, we didn't end up actually keeping Lawrence Jones at the club this season. He went back out on loan to Watford and has a decent season at Watford. When Watford are in the Championship, he only started 16 games, having 26 out on loan. So he's dropped to 2-star current ability, 4-star potential, but we are signing some unbelievable players. So maybe he's just not quite as good as we maybe hoped he would be. How have we done this season? Well, considering we're using a strikerless formation, we have built Southampton to 6th place in the Premier League. 3 points outside of Champions League football. I am buzzing with how this season went. Very, very happy indeed. I mean, in terms of the goals here, you can see 26 from Matteo Favre. He's been unbelievable. 14 caps for France now, 11 goals. His value is fantastic. He's wanted all over the place. Has he got any sort of relegation release fee clause? He has 66 million. Try and tie this guy down to a new contract. He is unbelievable and could potentially be one of the best players in the world. Hamadore, 20 goals in that cam role as well. Fantastic signing. Yasser Asprilla getting 9 goals, only 19 appearances, but still doing very well for us now, 24 years of age. Luis Enrique doing bits. Francisco Roa doing bits, average rating wise. Daniel Santana on a 7.2 as well. 3 goals, 9 assists. Unbelievable sign. Like I said, now worth £100 million. There's some absolute talent at this club. We have rebuilt Southampton using the way they do it in real life, signing players from young that no one really knows, and we've managed to bring them into the team, giving them the trust, and they have worked absolute wonders. If you guys have enjoyed this rebuild, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay around for more content, and I'll speak to you next time.